Let me ask you about what is it about the game of football? Is the game of football like the game of life? I mean, what is it?
So, like, I guess maybe the fellowship you get out of it, the teamwork you get out of it. It doesn't make it. I think that High Point game says a lot. We had maybe one or two guys that maybe played the best ball game they ever played, but we had nine or whatever. The rest of them didn't play too well that ball game. But it takes all of you together to do what it's all about, and I think that's the big thing. And it doesn't really. I think state of mind of that particular ball game. I think the High Point ball game. I think we lost on the Monday before at football practice, just the way we did things. Looking back, and I think it carries a lot of life skills into it.
So, is it true that a person's state of mind then can also be important in terms of their success in life?
I think so. Yeah, definitely. Yeah, yeah, big time. If you don't have the right attitude, if you go out saying, the world owes me a living, well, they're going to owe you. They're going to have to give you a living because you're not going to make it. If you don't, you got to. I don't know how to put it in words really, but you gotta fight the fight and live the life, so to speak.
Did you learn that from your parents?
Uh, well, yeah, in one way, especially my mother. My mother was very competitive person. She she had grown up down in Richfield, North Carolina, and went to what's now Pfeiffer College. That was a high school apparently when she was growing up, and she went to school there. And then she and my father was from Taylorsville, North Carolina. Grew up on a farm. Came to Salisbury, and they met somewhere there. I don't know exactly where that. Probably some church event. I got a feeling, but they met there and married. And mother started out as a first job I ever. She used to sell Avon products. I don't know if you're familiar with that or not, but sold Avon products. And my dad was a mechanic, and this was post Depression. I mean, he made a lot of money. He made $13 most weeks.
And that was considered a lot of money.
That was enough to eat off of. That's when hamburgers were a dime and hot dogs were a nickel too. Back during that. That was right after the Depression, and we grew up through that. And then, but my dad was a mechanic, very good, and he worked 6 days a week, and he'd be in at 8, and he'd leave there about 7 o'clock at night, and I remember. Later on, they got off on Saturdays at 1 o'clock. But he had it pretty. He had a rough life. But my mother was in the Avon business, and a guy named Charlie Brown. He is about 5'4", from Wisconsin. Came by to see her one day and said, "Ms. Adams," said, "I'm Charlie Brown," and said, somebody had referred you to me. I'm looking for someone to help me. I sell Pittsburgh plate glass mirrors. And he said, and what I will do is, as a matter of fact, there's one over there on the wall. but what I would like for you to do, I know you know a lot of people, and I would like for you to go with me in the homes, help me get appointments and this type thing. And we would go, and when we go, we would take 8 or 10 mirrors, take some with frames, gold leaf frames, some with what they call Venetians with no frame. Beveled, unbeveled, and everything. We take them in the back of a car. You take the back seat out of your car and you stack these mirrors in there.